Welcome back, adventurers. Today on Adventure Seeker's Paradise, we're exploring fall subsistence hunting across the United States, from waterfowl and wild turkeys to deer, elk, and even wild pigs, plus some prime late fall fishing opportunities. Subsistence hunting has deep roots in American history, from indigenous practices to early settlers relying on the land for survival. For us, subsistence hunting is all about respect for nature and taking only what you need to put fresh, ethically sourced food on the table. This isn't trophy hunting, it's about creating a sustainable connection to our food and honoring the land. We'll cover the best practices for hunting different game, the gear you'll need, and tips for processing and cooking your harvest. We'll also discuss the benefits of subsistence hunting for sustainability, including reducing your carbon footprint and supporting local ecosystems. Let's dive into the diverse opportunities that fall offers and how we can approach each hunt with purpose and respect. Let's start with waterfowl hunting, which is deeply rooted in fall traditions across the country. Ducks and geese begin their migration, traveling south to escape the coming winter, making this the perfect time for hunters to head out to marshes, rivers, and wetlands. Imagine, though, the early morning mist rising over a calm lake as you set up your decoys and blend into the landscape with careful camouflage. Calling in a flock of mallards, teal, or Canada geese takes skill, patience, and timing. When done right, waterfowl hunting rewards you with delicious lean meat that can be smoked, roasted, or used in hearty stews, perfect for the season. Duck meat especially has a unique rich flavor, while geese offer a heartier taste that many families enjoy as an alternative to more common meats. Waterfowl hunting isn't just about the harvest, it's about engaging with nature, understanding migratory patterns, and practicing ethical techniques. Strict regulations on waterfowl hunting help maintain healthy populations, so it's important to know local rules, respect bag limits, and follow ethical hunting practices to preserve this cherished resource for future generations. Different types of waterfowl, such as mallards, pintails, and wood ducks, each have unique habitats and behaviors. Mallards are often found in shallow ponds and marshes, while pinetails prefer open wetlands, and wood ducks are commonly seen in wooded swamps. Using the right equipment is crucial. Decoys should match the species you're targeting, and calls should mimic their natural sounds. A good pair of waders and a reliable shotgun are also essential. Safety measures are paramount. Always wear a life jacket when hunting near water. Use proper safety gear and follow safe shooting practices to ensure a successful and safe hunt. Remember to leave no trace. Clean up your hunting area, respect the environment, and ensure that future generations can enjoy the same experiences. Next up, we have the iconic wild turkey, a symbol of Thanksgiving and a staple of subsistence hunting in the fall. Wild turkey hunting is a unique challenge, as these birds are highly vigilant and quick to disappear into the forest. They're found in wooded areas and open fields throughout much of the United States, and each successful hunt represents the culmination of careful tracking and patience. One effective technique is using turkey calls. There are various types, such as box calls, slate calls, and diaphragm calls, each mimicking different turkey sounds. Camouflage is crucial. Turkeys have excellent vision, so wearing patterns that blend into the forest or field environment is essential. Understanding turkey behavior is key. They typically forage in the early morning and late afternoon and roost in trees at night. The best times to hunt are at dawn and dusk when turkeys are most active. A wild turkey's flavor is incomparable to store-bought varieties. It's leaner and has a rich, earthy taste that's perfect for holiday meals or simply enjoying as a seasonal treat. By hunting your own turkey, you're participating in a time-honored tradition that celebrates nature's bounty and provides a meal rooted in the landscape. Let's now look at the larger game like deer, elk, and wild pigs, which are essential for those who rely on hunting to stock their freezers for winter. Deer hunting is perhaps the most popular and accessible form of subsistence hunting across the United States, providing high-quality venison that's lean, versatile, and packed with nutrients. Fall is the ideal time to hunt deer, especially during the rut when bucks are more active. Harvesting a deer isn't just about the meat. It's also about maintaining healthy deer populations, which is vital to preserving local ecosystems. Venison can be used in a variety of dishes, from steaks and roasts to stews and sausages, making it a highly valued staple for those who hunt for food. Deer are highly adaptable and can be found in dense forests, open fields, and even suburban areas. Common hunting methods include using tree stands, ground blinds, and still hunting. Look for signs like tracks, scat, and rubs on trees to track deer effectively. When field dressing a deer, make sure to remove the entrails quickly to preserve the meat quality. For those out west, elk hunting is a much anticipated fall activity. These large, powerful animals roam open prairies, dense forests, and rugged mountains, requiring skill, endurance, and a lot of preparation. Elk are highly attuned to their surroundings, making each hunt an adventure in its own right. Elk meat is known for its slightly sweet, rich flavor, and a single elk can provide a substantial amount of meat that lasts through the winter. Elk hunting is a deep wilderness experience, often taking place in beautiful remote areas where the journey itself is as rewarding as the hunt. Elk can be found in high altitudes, valleys, and meadows, each requiring different hunting strategies. Bugle calls, spot and stalk, and ambush tactics are effective methods for hunting elk. Look for elk tracks, scat, and wallows to locate these majestic animals. Field dressing an elk requires careful handling due to its size. Ensure you have the right tools and help if needed. In the southern United States and parts of Texas, wild pigs or feral hogs are both a challenge and a necessity for hunters. These animals have become invasive, causing significant damage to crops, forests, and even water sources. Hunting wild pigs helps control their population and reduce their environmental impact, making it a key part of conservation efforts. Wild pigs are smart, fast, and have a keen sense of smell, making them tricky to hunt. However, the payoff is meat that's rich and flavorful, perfect for slow-cooked roasts, smoked dishes, and homemade sausages. Wild pig hunting is a true test of skill and provides both sustenance and environmental benefits, making it a valuable pursuit for those interested in subsistence hunting. Wild pigs can be found in dense brush, open fields, and near water sources. Effective hunting methods include using bait, dogs, and traps. Look for tracks, rooting areas, and wallows to track wild pigs. Field dressing a wild pig requires caution due to potential diseases. Wear gloves and clean your tools thoroughly. No discussion of fall subsistence hunting would be complete without mentioning late fall fishing runs. For anglers, this season brings some of the best fishing opportunities of the year, especially for salmon and trout in the Northeast and Great Lakes regions, steelhead in the Pacific Northwest, and redfish in the Southeast. Late fall fishing allows you to tap into the migratory cycles of these fish as they return to rivers and streams to spawn. Salmon and trout prefer cold, clear rivers and streams with gravel beds, making fly fishing an effective technique. Steelhead are often caught using spinning reels and bait, like roe or worms in fast-moving waters. Redfish thrive in coastal marshes and estuaries, where live bait such as shrimp or mullet works best. Whether you're catching salmon for smoking, trout for grilling, or redfish for a coastal feast, each catch is a rewarding way to bring home fresh protein while connecting to the natural rhythms of the season. Fall fishing not only complements your hunting efforts, but provides a well-rounded approach to subsistence. Essential gear includes sturdy rods, reliable reels, and a variety of baits tailored to the fish species you're targeting. And finally, don't overlook the foraging opportunities that fall brings. While you're out hunting or fishing, you'll also find a bounty of wild edibles. Nuts like acorns, hickory nuts, and black walnuts are in season, as well as mushrooms like chanterelles and oyster mushrooms. In some areas, you can still find late-season berries such as cranberries and rose hips. Look for wild greens like chickweed and dandelion, which can be found even in cooler weather. Always use a reliable field guide to identify plants and fungi, and be sure to harvest sustainably by taking only what you need. When harvesting mushrooms, cut them at the base to allow for regrowth and avoid any that you cannot positively identify. Gathering these natural foods alongside your hunting harvest adds variety to your diet and deepens your connection to the land. Subsistence hunting is about so much more than just the food. It's about understanding and respecting the natural world. Every turkey, deer, duck, or fish harvested is a gift, providing not only sustenance, but a direct connection to the ecosystem. By following ethical hunting practices, such as respecting bag limits, taking humane shots, and adhering to local regulations, you're supporting conservation and helping to ensure that future generations can continue to experience the beauty and bounty of nature. As you head out into the field this fall, take a moment to appreciate the landscape, the changing leaves, and the quiet thrill of the hunt. Every part of the process, from setting up decoys to tracking game through the forest, brings us closer to the land. And when you sit down to a meal of wild game or fresh-caught fish, you're not just eating. You're honoring a tradition of self-sufficiency, respect, and gratitude. Remember, sustainable hunting and fishing are not just personal practices, but community efforts. Share your experiences, tips, and stories with others. Encourage the next generation to learn and appreciate these traditions. Teach them the importance of ethical practices and conservation. Take action today by committing to sustainable practices and joining local conservation efforts. Together we can ensure that the beauty and bounty of nature are preserved for future generations. Happy hunting and fishing!